Faith channel? Checking in. Jonathan here, and I just conquered the world's longest virtual race. It took me well over a year. That's right, the most famous, the most iconic road in America, Route 66, 2,280 miles stretching from Chicago all the way to California. And today we are going to unbox the medal. I'm going to talk a little bit about the race as well as the Conqueror Virtual Challenge that I have been using since the Rona in 2020, and I've continued to use now that live races are still back in full swing. So this is your first time to the channel, welcome aboard. I drop new training videos every Thursday at 1 p.m. I want to take you back to the dark ages. That's right, March 2020. It seemed like the whole world was shutting down. Of course, live races were non-existent and virtual races were coming out of the woodwork. Long before 2020, the Conqueror Virtual Challenges were in effect, and they were successful before, and they've continued to be successful now that live events are going on. Now, I've got no affiliation with them whatsoever, but I want to give a bit of backstory because I get a lot of questions on the virtual challenges. First and foremost, they don't just have one virtual race, they've got hundreds that are all different distances and themes. Each race has a specific theme to it. In today's case, Route 66. And what's great about that is that it's not just a race that you complete and you feel good about yourself. It gives you a lot of information as you go along the course. As you put in your mileage, you get to know exactly where you are along the course. The previous one that I'd done was Mount Everest, and it gives you information. It gives you street views of where you are on that course, that virtual course, and it is absolutely detailed. The app is fantastic. You can actually see other participants in the race that you've signed up for that are with you along that virtual race, and you're able to enter distances that may not be all running. So oftentimes when we think of a race, we think of running, but with the Conqueror Virtual Challenge, you're able to enter your walking distance, your running distance, as well as any other physical exercise. They give you a chart in advance that allows you to convert, say, weight training to mileage, and then you can enter that mileage. So it gives you a reason to stay motivated, active, and it just gives you a reason to keep going. Now, with the live event, you obviously get a lot of motivation from the people that are around you to keep going, to finish the race. With the virtual race, it's a lot harder, but the Conqueror Virtual Challenge does a great job. Number one, they give back. So as you hit certain milestones along the route, they actually plant trees in honor of your success, which is nice to see. It kind of shows that some of the money that you spent on the race, which we'll get to, does go back into the community. The other thing that they do is that they send you virtual postcards. And what those are basically ways to give you information about the locations that you've passed, and it gives you a way to kind of refuel, get excited to get to that next postcard. I will now put up a whole bunch of the postcards I got from Route 66. And they're just chocked with so much information, and it really gives you a little bit of a historical background without kind of throwing it all in your face. A really good job, really well done, and it brings you a sense of community and a sense of encouragement to finish that race. I enjoyed the Mount Everest virtual race that I took on so much that I decided, hey, let's up the ante, and stupidly, I took on Route 66, 2,280 miles, and it took me well over a year to complete, and I finally completed it. And when you do complete the course, you're able to submit your final mileage, and then you request your medal, and since you've already paid up front, they just ship you your medal free of charge. So what does it cost? They do range from $30 to $40 per race, and for that you get the app, you get all of the information according to the app, as well as when you finish the race, you get shipped for free your medal, which we will uncover shortly. You can save a lot of money by buying bundle packs, so say you buy 5 races at once, it brings that price point down significantly. So if you do decide that you like it, you can then buy a whole bunch at once and then choose which races you decide you want to do. But without any further ado, do, I want to unbox, unwrap, and show you the Route 66 medal. Now, the Mount Everest medal was legit. These guys do not skimp on the medal. If you're a fan of completing races to get really cool, shiny medals, you might want to check out the Conqueror Virtual Challenge. Oh, look at that. That is fantastic. You got the American flag in the background, the Eagle, 2,280 miles. And now it's time. It is time for Fate of the Union, where I give you my final thoughts on the Conqueror Virtual Challenge and the Route 66 race in general. As far as the Conqueror Challenge goes, it's fantastic. The app is really detailed, and it's nice to see the streets that you run through during your race. The only complaint that some people have expressed is that you cannot upload mileage from a smartwatch or a smart app to that app. The app is very good. It's very detailed. It's seamless, smooth, but you can't upload that information. You have to enter it manually. Not a problem for me, but some people did find that disconcerting because they're all about the smartwatches. Now, as far as the Route 66 race itself, as usual, it got what I expected. Very, very informative, really fun to get those postcards in, and really cool to hit those milestones, plant those trees, and I would absolutely recommend it. Just keep in mind, it is going to probably take most people longer than a year, probably 18 months, if not longer. But if you're looking for a long commitment to really have something to hold on to and push forward, it's really fun, and I certainly recommend it. Now, for me, I am going to be taking on more virtual races because it just keeps me in the game. It keeps me moving, and that is the name of the game. Stay active and just use the muscles that you want to keep. I do know they have a brand new virtual series. It is Lord of the Rings, so I am going to journey into Mordor. That is my next go around. I will say they do a great job of keeping their old virtual races that people love, but constantly adding new ones to give people more information, more options, more different distances and goals. I highly recommend it. I had a blast, and their medals are legit, especially if you're a medal person like I am. Hopefully you found today's video informative. Any questions, comment down below. I'll put links to the Virtual Conqueror series in the description. That link does help me out. It's like an affiliate link. I get like a free race if like 5 people sign up. But hey, not to worry. If it's something you're interested in, click on the link. But if it's something you're not interested in, hopefully you found that this wasn't the right virtual race for you. Then maybe you find one that is right for you. Now, if you came this far in the video, you and I are officially best friends. That's right. We are like Hannibal and B.A. Baracus. Thank you so much for making it to the end of today's video. As usual, don't save anything for the trip back.